Hello everyone, I'm Varsha and you are watching the series of success stories brought to you by Indian Achievers Forum. As you all already know, the series is all about the prominent achievers of our country who has made India proud in some way or the other. The main focus of our series is to make you all know about the achievements and success of our prominent guests. So today we have with us Mr. Mahesh M, who is the CEO of Creative. But before we actually move ahead in the conversation with him, let's have a look at a very small video which will tell you about what we actually do.
Indian Achievers Forum is driven by a full-fledged advisory board. The board consists of experienced personalities who have excelled in their respective careers. Together, the forum organizes conferences, events, workshops, exhibitions, trade shows and B2B initiatives in India as well as abroad. Where there is passion, there is achievement. And where there is achievement, there is Indian Achievers Forum.
Hello, Mr. Mahesh, how are you?
I'm fine, Varsha. How are you? Good to see you.
I'm good, sir. Thank you so much. Good to see you too, sir. Okay, so before moving ahead, please tell us something about you and your professional role at Creativity, sir.
Okay, sure. So first things first, I am a proud creative citizen, right? So that's what we call ourselves. Anybody and everybody who's part of the Creativity family is a Creativity citizen. Uh, and I serve as the CEO of Creativity, and I've been with Deepak Fertilizers and Petrochemicals Corporation Limited, which actually promotes Creativity as part of their divisions. So I've been with them for the last 8 years. Creativity is all about expressing creativity, and I'm sure I'll talk to you further about it a little later. I'm primarily a home retail professional and a shopping center professional, combining the best of both worlds in terms of retail and retail real estate, trying to be a retail enabler, being in touch with consumers, understanding what they want, and trying to serve them in every way possible and bring that smile on their lips and joy in their hearts. That's for me.
Lovely, lovely. Okay, so Mr. Mahesh, how was Creativity born? I mean, tell us a bit about the journey of rebranding Creativity.
So, Creativity, as everybody knows it now, was earlier Ishania. And it's a 13-year-old journey that's going on right now. In the last 2 years, in 2018, is when we actually formally became Creativity. And prior to that, we've been serving Pune and the surrounding cities of Pune as Ishania. And that is India's foremost destination for anything and everything to do with home furnishing and home decor. So the rebranding journey took place somewhere in 2018, though it started a little earlier. And the whole idea was when we did some extreme internal soul searching to say, why do we exist? And then as we did a lot of soul searching internally as management, as promoters, and also from research that we did with our consumers, we realized that it is all because creativity is what makes life worth living. And that's for you, that's for me, and that's for everyone. And that creativity needs to be expressed. And we wanted to actually create a destination that fosters creativity and says that we are all creative. And that's how the name Creativity was born. And that's how the brand Creativity was born on the 1st of April 2018. I hope that answers your question, Marsha.
Absolutely, Mr. Mahesh. Okay, so talking about the challenges that you have faced. So, what sort of challenges you have faced while moving ahead in your journey at Creativity?
Oh, so to me, challenges are exciting opportunities, and challenges are both ways. One, internally, we as a team of creative citizens, what we had to go through, and one, of course, what the external world presents. So internally, what we had to go through was a shift in mindset from being probably real estate enablers to retail enablers, from being, I would say, customer centric to completely consumer centric. and shift from being a product company to a solutions company. So these shifts had to happen, and the biggest shift had to happen in the mind in terms of we saying that we will overcome the fear of, I would say, being not being creative. We had to be creative, we had to be innovative, we had to reflect and inspire creativity. So all this required a lot of internal mindset change, and that we started working on. We did tremendous amount of workshops, a whole lot of internal, I would say, role plays to therefore see how we move from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. How do we look at fostering creativity? How do we look at saying that fast is the enemy of perfect? How do we say that to inspire the joy of creation, we need to actually understand the process of co-creation, design thinking, rapid prototyping, you name it. We as a team went through a whole lot of, I would say, mind conditioning to become what we are, in terms of being oriented towards creativity and therefore serve our customers and consumers as creative citizens. The second part is in terms of what we had to do for consumers. And as far as consumers are concerned, it's important that consumers are evolving, consumers are changing. They are far more well informed. So they come with a lot of research, and we are in a category that's all about home, right? And home retail is no longer what it was earlier. Our friendly neighborhood carpenters are always there, but our customers are becoming far more aware. They are well heeled. The power of the internet is available with them. They go through design magazines. They go through a whole lot of knowledge, absorb it, and therefore when they come and meet us and talk to us, we need to be better prepared. That's one part of the challenge in terms of handling knowledge of the customer. Second is the role of technology, the way technology has actually evolved and enabled customers to be far more agile, far more nimble, far more expecting in terms of comfort, convenience, all of it around entire shoppability, as we call it. This was part two of the challenge. And part three of the challenge was we having to convey the message that we are all creative. We had to democratize creativity. Creativity is not elitist. Creativity is not only for, in all easy words, artists such as dancers and performers and all of that. It's for you and for me. We had to convey that message powerfully to every single customer that we were touching. So we had these three, as I would say, external challenges, rather opportunities, and we started working on them through our communication. We started doing a lot of technology enablement at the back end. We made the entire campus, as we love to call it, it's a creative living campus. We made it completely tech enabled. We call it the Technomalling project. A whole lot of stuff happened in terms of personalizing every single visit. We sort of brought in something called a curated trail. In fact, it has been published as case studies elsewhere, where we actually, though we are called a mall in that sense, though we don't want to be called a mall, but we are still a mall. So we had to take care of every customer as if they are one customer, one family, and not one footfall. It is a heartbeat for us. So we had to tell every customer, meet them, greet them, and actually advise them on the entire shopping journey of what is right for their home. So this curated trail, as we call it, was an amazing piece of service design that we did. And together, putting technology on one front, second front in terms of the service design that we did, and third thing in terms of the entire enablement, the end-to-end shoppability, our mobile app came in place. A whole lot of things had to be packaged in the right way, curated in the right fashion in order to actually overcome these challenges. We are still on the journey. It's a long journey. So step by step, we are approaching that, and we believe that customers are becoming far more familiar with what creativity means. And when they come to creativity, they love to express themselves creatively, and they don't look at it as just another place where they visit for time pass or pastime, as we call it. They come there with a purpose. They come there with an intent to actually express themselves creatively, and we are happy to partner them on the journey of co-creation. Back to you, Asha.
And hard work always pays off, sir, and that is why the customers are really happy with the kind of work you are doing. Okay, so now kindly elaborate about the product and services that your organization offers.
Oh, cool. So creativity is all about home, but having said that, I can't say we're everything about home and nothing about other things. So we actually, inside creativity, we have multiple cities. The first city that we have is home city. Home city is all about furniture, furnishings, home decor, anything and everything to do with doing up your homes, adorning your homes, renovating your homes, improving your homes and also embellishing your home. So you could get that nice little corner vase that you wanted that will make your room look beautiful, or you could get that mattress that you need to spend 8 hours of your night on and get that comfort for your back, or that proud sofa that you want to showcase and tell anybody and everybody that, hey, this is something that I am proud of. So it's all about furniture, furnishings, and home decor on one end. On the other side, we have the entire interior design services that come in terms of the pre-sales part. And we also have a complete post-sales package in terms of what we call My Fit BHK. Keeping your My Fit BHK is all about keeping your bedroom, hall, and kitchen fit, keeping your furniture fit, keeping your carpets washed and shampooed, keeping your curtains dry clean. We offer and enable all those services. So we have a end-to-end shoppability right from the pre-design all the way up to the post-sales, and a whole range of products in between, Indian brands, international brands, a whole lot of domestic homegrown brands. All of this is Home City. Then we have something called Food City. We probably are proud to host some of the finest restaurants, resto bars, casual dining, and full dining, fine dining spaces in the city of Pune. And you should see the vibe when you come in there for lunch, from business lunches to the evenings when there are celebrations, get-togethers, parties, family occasions, all of them. That's Food City for you. A dozen restaurants, own banquet halls. We also have an art city. We have an art gallery. We have an amphitheater, so where we demonstrate and actually showcase theater, dance forms, music. And I'm talking of all. We have something called Ishani Art and Culture Club. So we do a whole lot of work around promoting Indian art and culture. That's Art City and Culture City. Then we have Design City. We have Event City. We hold more than, I don't know, I can keep, it's very difficult to count the number of events that we do online and offline. So we have multiple cities within Creative City, but primarily we would love to say that we are Home City, Food City, and Play City. And Play City is all about play, games, not the typical video games and the gaming zones, but it's about group gaming. We have probably one of Pune's finest trampoline parks. We've got a futsal court. We've got a lot of play areas where people can actually come. And again, it's all about fostering communities. Home City is about fostering a home community. Food City is about fostering a food community. Play is about having the gaming community come together. Culture community. Culture City is all about the culture community and so on. So multiple cities in one place. That's Creativity for you, Varsha.
Amazing. Okay, so talking about the future goals, tell us a bit about your future plans for Creativity.
Okay, so Creativity is arguably India's first, largest, and finest destination for anything and everything to do with home and home retail, right? Our idea is to actually make this destination something that India is proud of. It's not what we are proud of as an organization or we are as proud of as management, or for the matter, city of Pune. We want India to be proud of Creativity, and that is possible. And that is possible by the way that we are actually crafting the entire journey of fostering creativity and co-creation, the entire journey of inspiring the joy of creation is not going waste. It's a journey that goes on step by step, and as they say, every step finally leads to the end of the destination. And we believe that we can make this into a destination that India is proud of. We've recently forayed into the online commerce as well to actually supplement and complement the entire physical commerce. So we always have this challenge of design and commerce. Do they go hand in hand? We believe they do. So we want to promote fine design. We want to promote fine art. And we also, at the end of it, want to ensure that we are profitable. So the whole journey of Creativity is about fostering creativity and co-creation, along with promoting good design and good art, and become a destination that we are all proud of. So that would be my future plan. Online, offline, integrate them, do a beautiful omni-channel journey. Customers should get the joy of physical shopping, the touch and feel. At the same time, the use of technology for comfort, convenience, ease of shopping, mobile payments, all of that. So, it's got to be integrated, it's got to be seamless. But all we want is when the customers come to us and spend time with us, engage with us, and when they go back home, they should have a beautiful smile on their lips and warmth in their heart. That if you're able to achieve, that is what is part of our mission creativity. That's it, Varsha.
Okay, and I wish you all the very best for all these plans of yours, Mr. Mahesh. Okay, so now please shed some light on Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, as in what are your views on it, and also how is your organization working towards it?
See, as Deepak Fertilizers and Petrochemicals Corporation looked at the larger corporate, of course, we've always been espousing the entire Atmanirbhar mission. And I, of course, can speak for Creativity, the division which I represent. 5 years back, in fact, not yesterday, today, but 5 years back, we actually, for the first time in India, introduced a multi-branded home retail concept called the Home Souk. And the souk has borrowed from the Dubai souk and the gold souk and so on. The Home Souk was anything and everything about the little things that bring big joys. The small rugs, the carpets, the lamps, the wall adornments, the floor carpet, a whole host of items. And we made it a mission to actually bring most of this, I would say 99% of this, from India, from the craftsmen and artisans of India. And we actually went far and deep, from Jaipur to Jodhpur to Mysore to far up north and down south, to actually curate this concept and put together and bring together the fine work and crafts of the Indian artisans and craftsmen. So yes, trust me, it's a tough journey. It's not easy. The patronage takes time. We keep promoting it more and more. We talk about how we are proud of India's ability, the artisanship and craftsmanship. I obviously take this opportunity to also appeal to all the audience and viewers to actually promote and also support such causes. So that is one part. At the same time, we also ensure that vocal for local does not stay in words; it actually becomes deeds. So even as we move into our e-commerce journey, we are trying to ensure that we bring as much of homegrown talent, as much of Indian brands, regional brands, people who have manufacturing facilities within India into the fold. Yes, of course, we need to balance it out, and therefore there are international brands that Indians would love to see as part of their homes. But we are ensuring that there is a diligent focus, there is a conscious effort to ensure that we support as much of local manufacturing, local craftsmanship as possible. So local design, local manufacturing, local craftsmanship have to be promoted is my very personal and strong view, and we try to put it in practice. It's again a journey. We've started taking good steps in that direction. Let's see how it goes, and I encourage everyone to support us in that cause. That's about it, Varsha.
Absolutely. Together we can change anything and everything. So we should work together.
Very true. Very
Yes.
true.
Okay, so now I was, literally waiting to put forward this question to you, and that is, what are your feelings on winning this Indian Achievers Award, Mr. Mahesh?
Oh, when I first sort of got the message from my colleagues saying that we had nominated ourselves and we've been found worthy of this award, I felt that yes, it is a recognition of some effort that we are putting in for a category that we have invested in, right? During the entire lockdown, I think we've also won the award in the category of business leadership, and I saw the citation that said that it's for the pioneering work that we had done in terms of organizing the Home and Homeless Conclave. Trust me, it's not an easy job. To bring together community, to bring together the entire industry, have a forum where bring in industry captains and talk to the rest of the industry during the times of lockdown, when the mind is going through a lot of stress, multiple stresses. I don't want to talk about it, but for sure in terms of security, safety, a whole lot of them, and also as employees, as employers, as businesses, a whole lot of things were going on in the minds. But there was a time when we brought in quite a few of these industry stalwarts and captains to come and talk about what the future holds for us. And believe me, when we did that, the kind of response that I got from the audience, the kind of attendants or delegates, as I would call them, attendees or delegates, as I would call them, was amazing. And when they told us that, yeah, we are able to see a certain direction. We're able to see a certain line, a light at the end of the day. That is what was heartwarming, right? And when that all culminated into that book that we brought out, we launched that ebook called Future of Homes. I mean, the kind of response that we got was phenomenal. So much so that come December, we're actually going to bring out version 2. So therefore, we were feeling very warm. We were feeling very thankful that we've been able to contribute in our own small way to the category. And of course, a whole lot of other things that we've been doing to ensure that there is a certain confidence, positive spirit, high energy as we take on the challenges and all of that. This recognition from the Indian Achievers Forum is like a small jewel in the crown. So, and I must say that I'm thankful to the jury for having selected us. And yes, obviously, we should do justice to that, and we'll ensure that we continue to do the good work and improve upon whatever we are doing for times to come.
And you are truly an achiever, I must say, Mr. Mahesh. Okay, so now talking about the CSR initiative, tell us a bit about your social contributions too.
Okay, so I mean, I wouldn't bracket it as CSR. I would straight away say yes, of course. Again, as a corporate, we do a lot around the communities wherever we are. We do a lot to take care of the communities for sure. I can again talk for Creativity, something that we've been doing for years now, right? So every year since our inception as Ishania, and we have Ishania Foundation that is spearheaded by Mrs. Parul Mehta, the trustee of Ishania Foundation. So every year we used to curate, host, and organize an exhibition called the Yellow Ribbon NGO Fair. And this used to happen at Ishania, now Creativity, and it's been happening every year. We used to we used to give a platform for NGOs from across the country to come in and do it before Diwali as a pre-Diwali NGO fair and sell what they make. And we're talking of 100 plus NGOs coming in. And every year we used to host them, we used to patronize them, we used to promote it as a big event. We used to bring in a lot of diligent customers who wanted to support a cause. And every year, thousands of customers would come in and shop for a cause. And what used to actually motivate us was that when these NGOs left the fair, at the end of it, they would go back home with money in their hands. And again, as I always keep saying, smile on their lips and warmth in their heart, wishing us that thank you so much for providing us this platform and going back and preparing for next year. So this year, because of the pandemic situation, we were wondering what do we do, and trust me, we again came back with a solution. We hosted the entire event online on creativityonline.com. So we had the Yellow Ribbon NGO Fair hosted online. Of course, the number of participants are much lower because of technology and all the NGOs and their ability to handle technology. But we hosted the entire NGO fair online. This time, the team, and every year we have a team, and this year the team, we just spoke about it a minute back, was Swadeshi with Pride. Swadeshi with Pride, and we said this is development with dignity. So we do not provide charity, we actually provide a platform. And so we are happy that this year again we were able to host the NGO fair online though. But yes, we are happy that we have not given a break, and we'll continue to do the good work with the Yellow Ribbon NGO fair. Apart from this, of course, distribution of sanitizer kits. We, as Deepak Fertilizers and Petrochemicals, we actually manufacture our own sanitizers under the brand Cororid. So we distribution of sanitizer kits, etc. Those all are part and parcel of the way that we do our bit to social responsibility. But I think I am proud to say that when we hosted this year's Yellow Ribbon NGO Fair online, I think that was fantastic. That's what I would say, Varsha.
Awesome work you are doing. Okay, so before concluding our lovely session, what message or piece of advice you would like to give to our today's generation, who wish to be an entrepreneur someday?
Okay, so I am a very strong believer of chat, collaborate, create. This is a very simple mantra I have. I do not hesitate to chat or collaborate, because I believe that through chatting, and when I say chatting, it's not chatting for fun, but obviously when you start off with an informal chat, you actually see that with the chat comes the thought of collaboration, and with the thought of collaboration, with a lot of effort comes creativity and therefore creation. So chat, collaborate, and create. Do not hesitate to chat. Do not hesitate to collaborate. Be ready to experiment. Be ready to innovate. I espouse the five vowels of the new voyage, and I've spoken about it in earlier fora as well. And I take this opportunity to again talk about it. The vowels of the new voyage, A, E, I, O, U, all of us know it, but I have a different, I would say, adaptation of the same thing. A for adaptability. Let's be as adaptable as we can, and that is what is going to be the difference between a successful entrepreneur and a failed one. Empathy, very important for us to show empathy, put yourself in others' shoes, and therefore see that you work for a win-win and not for a win-lose. I, innovation. I don't have to expand on that. Innovation, everything we do, whether it's small incremental innovation or major platform innovation, innovate. Innovate or die is a big thing that we all hear. And next, own yourself, ownership. Own whatever you do. Do not leave things in the middle. If you have taken it up, take it till its end. Trust me, you will taste success. The last is you understand. Understand your customer, understand their requirements, understand their expectations, understand your own strengths, weaknesses, and therefore then craft your entire journey. A, E, I, O, U. Trust me, are the vowels of the new voyage. Every entrepreneur, I am one. I would love to share a small bit of advice to everyone. Let's do this. Trust me, we will see success. We will taste success step by step. I promise you that.
Lovely piece of advice and very well put forward. Okay, so thank you so much, Mr. Mahesh, for being with us today. It was so lovely talking to you, and I wish you all the very best for all your future endeavors, and may you continue to inspire us the way you are doing. Thank you for being with us.
My pleasure, and thank you for inviting me to share my thoughts. And as I said, I'll take this opportunity to invite everyone to actually spread positivity around, spread the spirit of entrepreneurship around, spread the spirit of creativity around. Trust me, Indians are an amazing creative lot, right? And we should spread that creative thought across. We are all creative. If we spread it, that is what makes life worth living. And let every one of us make our life worth living. Enjoy it, stay safe, and stay smiling. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.